Alright, so just give it a quick shuffle, just to be sure they're completely mixed up. And you know, for this routine, all I'm going to use is only 4 cards. And to make it easier, I'm going to choose the kings this time. It doesn't really matter, it can be any other 4 of a kind. And I just need them alternated in colors. I have the red, black, and red and black. Okay, so just follow the kings because I only have 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm gonna put 2 kings face up and 2 face down, and by snapping the fingers they all go one way. Okay, now to be sure, I'm gonna try once again. 2 face up, 2 face down. By snapping the fingers they actually go one way. Now you know, I can do this actually all day long and it doesn't matter. The secret is because I'm snapping the fingers, they all go one way. But what happened if I twist it instead and snap it? Now I have an ace, and to be sure it's not just coincidence, twist it again and snap it, and I have another ace. Well, you know, the reason is because I actually have 4 aces. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's it. Now at this point, if you want, you can go into any other routine. Okay, the setup is not really that complicated. You need 4 aces on top. Notice I have the ace of spades and the red aces in the middle. Usually whatever you decide, the same colors should be in the middle, the other ones at the end for a final production, so they can be interlaced in color. And that's pretty much it for a setup. Now, as you notice, the deck is usually a little bit bent up, not too much. That's a natural bending as usual, and that's gonna help me because later on in the performance I need to do a pinky break under the 4 aces. So by just pushing right in this corner, it's gonna open right here, and it's gonna be much easier to do a pinky break under the 4 aces. Or you can just do a pinky count, but make sure it's not too much the opposite bendings, otherwise it's gonna expose the face-up cards. Now after you finish the setup, just look for the kings in front of the spectator, and don't put them on the table, just jog them so you can later on be careful not to go way further down. Don't put them on the table because later on I need to put them back on the deck of playing cards, so it's not gonna make sense. Just move it right under, and then when you peel them off, be careful not to go way further down, just the top 4 cards. And right here at this point, I need to be ready for a pinky break. And you know, you need to delay. This is why I said I need the cards to be color interlaced, so it gives me a little bit more time, you know, to do a pinky count. I take 1, 2, the third one is gonna be in jog, and the 4th one normal. And the reason I'm in jogging the 3rd card is because when I flip over 8 cards with the aces, 4 kings and 4 aces, I'm gonna push down the in jog card so I can drop 2 kings over here and keep 2 kings up here. So I flip it over the deck, and it's gonna help me later on at the end of the performance. Now at this point I have the 2 kings over here and the 4 aces on top, and I need to move these 2 kings from the bottom to the top. Now as you notice also in the performance, I flash the 2 bottom cards, the kings. The reason is because, you know, just in case the spectator, they believe you are actually taking extra cards. So I don't say anything anyway about the kings. So I just say I have 4 cards and I count 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is not an Elmsley count, but it's kind of similar. I'm gonna do it once again. with a king's face up, so you can follow it better. I do a block push off, okay, which means I'm trying to push everything but the bottom card. I'm keeping the bottom card. Then I'm gonna reload it and put it back down here. And then I'm gonna take the block as 2, 3, and 4, okay? So with a king's face down, I take just the bottom card and then peel off the bottom from this other package. Reload it as 2, 3, and 4. Anyway, I have the 2 kings right on top. And then as you notice in the performance, I take 1 at the bottom and I leave 1 on top. I try to show 2 kings face down as well. And you have to be also careful not to spread more than the top 2 cards. Now when you flip the package face down, do an Elmsley count. I take 1, I'm exaggerating so you can follow it, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if you don't know how to do an Elmsley count, just go to this video footnote and it's gonna take you to the tutorial for an Elmsley count. And this is gonna be the same thing over and over. After you do the Elmsley count, the 2 kings, they always are gonna end up on top of the pack. Okay, 1 at the bottom, 1 on top, and snap the fingers and do an Elmsley count. Let me put it face up so you can follow it better. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm actually reloading the first card that I'm taking. And then once again, since I already have the top 2 kings, I don't do this routine more than 3 times. It's gonna be too much. And not only is gonna be boring, but people start getting some sort of an idea or discerning the method up to a point, you know. 3 times is more than enough, as you see in the performance. And then I do it once again. The Elmsley count, 1, reloading the first card, 2, the whole block, the 4 aces, 3, the bottom card, and this is the 4, the top card. As you can see, I can repeat this all day long, and they always, as you notice, they will end up on top. Anyway, I always try to snap it as, you know, any justification, any gesture, why the flipping action, why they all are one way. Now, if you want to change it to another card, I'm trying to do a little different. This time I'm twisting it, you know, another justification, and by snap it, now they are aces. And again, I'm still doing an Elmsley count. Move it to the top, face down, and the same thing. Spin it, snap it, and do again an Elmsley count, reloading the top card. As you can see, I'm exaggerating. And the ace, I leave it agile, so I can move it to the top. Okay, and that's it. At this point, I have the 2 kings right in the middle. And I'm trying to take the bottom card with the index and then the bottom once again with a middle finger. Bottom, bottom, and with a thumb, I take the top card. Okay. Now always try to keep moving your hand, because I have the 2 kings right under the last ace, and because it is kind of thick, you know, compared to these other aces, you don't want to leave it there, the cards, because they can see the thickness of the top card. So instead, when I take the bottom card and the bottom, and then the top, I keep swinging, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I had the 2 kings right under the 4 aces, and I just leave them right there. And that's all for our routine. Now, as I also say in the performance, you can also use the aces for any other routine. Before you peel off the last ace, make sure you swing down so they don't see the king, and that's it. You can go to any other routine with aces. And if you want, give it to the spectators so they can inspect them. And or you can just do a half pass or any pass you want to do. Because I had the 2 kings on top, the 2 kings on the bottom. So after doing the half pass, for example, and putting the 4 aces together in the middle of the deck, you can spread and show the spectator the kings end up in the middle of the deck.